Good morning. This is the first of my weekly parts that I'm going to share with you about miracles. A few years ago, I was actually in a seminar where we were intensely going into quantum physics, but also into astronomy. And what fascinated me was the concept of wormholes. Scientists actually do not know what happens if you enter a wormhole. And that night, I actually asked, because I always ask, I asked the intergalactic councils and the intergalactic fleet to actually show me what a wormhole is like, or just like jog my memory banks. And when we entered this wormhole, we got into a totally new universe, a new sort of like galactic core, which was actually like a totally a world within a world, a universe within a universe. And to me, that was a miracle. You think you go into the void, into that place where you've got no idea of what is waiting for you and what is coming towards you, but you have that sense of exploration. And as you move through the barriers, that portal, and you move into the wormhole, you are in a totally new space. But it's a space which is part of the greater space, the greater all, because nothing is ever separated, because a wormhole is as much part of the galactic core and the universal core than all of creation. We sometimes forget that sense of exploration, that sense of, wow, if I dig further, if I go further, then I can actually have more gnosis. I can have more knowledge, but I also have those absolute wonderful aha moments when everything just suddenly becomes crystal clear and so filled with light that you are illumined from within and without, and so at one with all that is, that you become that all that is. You realize that every single atom and electron and particle and subatomic particle is the same as you are. You are made of stardust. You are made of the same stuff that universes are created of and wormholes are created of. You're not separate of it. You're part of it. And this is exactly what has happened in the last month. A few months since December, we have had to dig deeply into our reserves because the old was churned up, and we had to dig more deeply into that which we still needed to release. And it's going to come up more and more this year as that all those past things, the past is gone. We got to release it. We got to release it and let it go. But here's the miracle. We can now step through that portal into the new earth with a sense of exploration, like a space explorer. But we're now exploring the new space that is opening up for us in the new earth. So whatever was in the old earth, we cannot apply in the new earth. The old earth is gone, it's missing, it's disintegrating, and whatever chaos they dream up there, let them dream their chaotic dreams. Let them continue their dreams of duality. Duality in truth does not exist. We as souls, when we've worked through the whole thing of duality and separation, we get to the core of what I'm telling you now, the miracle of oneness. To understand that there's nothing to fight about, there's more to actually get together about and to co-create the new golden age with love. If everybody, every soul has been given unique gifts and talents. When I do my soul readings, I'm always astounded at the caliber, the highly evolved souls that have incarnated on this planet. But most people get stuck in education systems that shut them down, and then they get into jobs where they're not happy in, and that shuts them down even more. Or they get into relationships where they shut down anyway. Everything in life serves. And even those moments where that happens actually serves you to wake up that there's a greater life to be lived, a greater evolution that's happening within your soul. We all queued up to be on this planet at this time because we knew that the old earth would be dying and that the new earth would be born. And we signed up. We said we wanted to be there. A few years ago, I was actually asking myself, what the heck am I doing in planet Earth again? And I was told, well, you didn't need to come, but we did ask you, and then you said, okay, I'll come. At that stage, I thought, well, I needed to have my head examined, but never mind. Through that, I've also realized that my mission and my purpose is so important. And I'm living my mission and my purpose every day with great love. Every day I ask that I be used in the highest and best way for the highest good of all concerned, and that I would fulfill my mission with great love. Because that all starts within you. And I've always wanted to dig deeper. I wanted to know more. But the truth is that digging deeper and the knowing more does not always come from Google and the internet. It comes from deep within yourself. The more you ask, the more your higher guidance and the divine will step in and give you answers. And it's a matter of trusting those answers. I get people and say, I don't trust my intuition. I don't trust my own talents. I don't trust this. Well, if you don't trust yourself, then who's going to trust you? There's so many people that come and say, I want to be fixed. There's nothing to be fixed because all the tools are there within you. You are a miracle. You are a walking, living, breathing miracle on this earth. And it's time to claim that. You were so created in love, and there's your great big heart full of love wanting to co-create the new golden age. You cannot do that with the tools of yesterday. You've got to be inventive now and find that deep resources within your own soul in order to co-create the new earth. I was so inspired on Sunday. I sat down and actually had my book where I always write my creative things that I want to sort of like do in the world, separately from my journal. My journal, I put the outline, but then the inspiration will come and I sort of like I don't map it out, but I write down and say, okay, this is something I want to constellate into form and being. That is where I'm called to go. That is what I want to explore deeper. And I do that at night time before I go to bed. If I want to know more information or I want to know more knowledge, I always go to my higher ascended masters and I ask them and say, can I please tonight meet with you that I can understand that I can gain gnosis, that I can gain that understanding. And true enough, when I wake up in the morning, it's there. And then I write it down so I don't forget it. You are so special and unique, and you have something so special and unique to give to this planet. But nobody else is going to do it for you. You can go to teachers, you can go to gurus. The gurus and teachers can only show the way. They cannot live your life for you. And it's time to wake up to that. And no matter how the challenges come, don't think I don't get channels. Of course I get challenged. But I always try to look further and deeper and remember the why I am here on planet Earth. So that in the morning when I step out of that bed, I have my mission and my purpose and I live it. I live it from my heart and my soul and the depths of my being. And I don't need applause for that. I don't need people to pat me on the back because I'm not here for that. I am here to lovingly serve from my heart and my soul and the depths of my being. There will always be those who support you and there will be those who challenge you. That's the balance. The ones that challenge you play as good a role as the ones that support you. Because often if somebody say you cannot do that, that is what spurs you on to actually show that you can do it. Yes, you can. You are so beautifully made and you are such a unique and loving and unique soul. And there you are. Now you're being called and say, come, you want a greater life, a greater vision. You are here to co-create that new earth and the new golden age with so much love. It's time to go and write those ideas down. It's time to get that greater vision. And it's time to listen to your own soul and the guidance that comes from deep within. Because we are called now to bring a new creation into form and being. And that's not the old earth, it's the new earth, a new beginning. And yes, it can feel like we're going into the wormhole of the unknowing. But the wormhole is holding so many possibilities, so much to explore, so much to experience. Wow! If that doesn't get you inspired, then what will? If you don't do it now, when will you do it? The time is now. Have a lovely day.